What's up? Hope everyone's doing well. By the time this video comes out, it will be my birthday on Sunday, November 27th, and I will be turning 20, which is very scary. When I do reveal my age, I've been seeing a lot of comments that are kind of just like surprised that I'm so young. Like, well, you're 19, like, whoa, you're 20, which I know, I guess, but also like, I feel like I'm getting old, and I know that's a very like pretentious statement. 19 and 20 is not old, but I like am not ready to be an adult. The last age that you really look forward to turning is 21. And then after that, it really goes downhill from there, because now you're like able to do everything that you're legally allowed to do. I'm not ready to be an adult. I don't want to do my own taxes. I don't want to have to decide if I want to be single or get married. And then from there, like, if I want to have kids, that's a lot. And then after you have kids, you gotta like go buy them shit? What? You gotta get groceries for your family? That's scary. Buying groceries for like a family of 4? That's so stressful. And then on top of that, imagine like someone with a camera walks up to you and asks you if you want to be interviewed for their TikTok account. And then they ask you if you believe in socialism. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just here to feed my family of 4. Can you leave me alone? But you don't want to look bad because there's a fucking camera on you. So you just answer the question and then you look stupid because you weren't prepared to answer a question on socialism. Because again, you're just trying to feed your family of 4. I'm getting so heated over this hypothetical family. That's definitely not real. I definitely don't have kids at the age of 20. That's ridiculous, okay? But yeah, today we're going to be looking at a TikTok interviewer that's been showing up on my For You page, and he just genuinely pisses me off. His name is Garrett. Could have seen that coming from a mile away. His bio says, "I'm a realist, here to wake you up." I sometimes interview people in Walmart. That's how you know they're a realist, right? Because they're so woke, or their version of woke, that they need to spread their ideas to other random people in Walmart, because they're more real than you. You just wouldn't get it. This dude's content consists of him trying to own the Libs. He just basically does a bunch of interviewing random people at like Target and Walmart. He does a lot of like, I don't know, motivational speaking content as well, but that shit is not as entertaining as his Walmart stuff, because he gets proven wrong quite a lot, and for some reason he still posts those videos even though he looks dumb, which is very interesting. It might be some sort of reverse psychology. I don't really know. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. All right. So the first video we're going to watch is him interviewing someone in Target about evolution. Or sorry, not interviewing, interrogating. Let's see how this goes.
Because you're so convinced that God's not real, yet you've never given him a chance. And that's why you don't believe in him.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. May as well give him a try. I mean, he created you. Do you believe that we came from monkeys?
Yeah.
Like in evolution?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then explain to me...
You don't?
Then explain to me how there's still monkeys and there's humans. Where's the thing in between?
Process of elimination, survival of the fittest. If you don't evolve...
Wait, what? Is that some like term they use nowadays in college?
Do you go to college?
No.
Survival of the fittest, is that some kind of term they use in college now? Yeah, I actually walk up to people all the time at my campus and I'm like, survival of the fittest. There isn't enough room in this town for the 2 of us. And then I just knock them out, and that's how my day goes usually.
Oh!
Wait. What does not going to college have anything to do with not knowing about the real world?
That has nothing to do with knowing anything about the real world.
You blew me off.
It's evolution.
You blew me off when I said I don't go to college. Why did you do that?
Because you are saying that science is not real because God is.
It's real to an extent, but evolution is false.
He just goes to stores to argue with people. These aren't productive conversations. He's just like, do you believe in evolution? Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's not true, because monkeys and humans exist at the same time. Have you ever heard of Neanderthals? Evolution wasn't a straight path, okay? Evolution, it wasn't and isn't linear at all. God, this dude just doesn't know what he's talking about. These types of people that do these like political interviews really only do them for the most part to stroke their own ego, right? Because they sit in bed all day and watch Ben Shapiro and regurgitate his talking points to people that just aren't prepared to have a debate. You can't just be like, hey, can I interview you, and then fucking debate them. Like, that's not fair. You're catching them off guard. And also, you kind of got owned in this. Like, you didn't, I don't know, she kind of got you. Like, okay, it's true, you don't need to go to college. Like, you don't need to go to college. College isn't for everybody. That's fine. But at the same time, you can't degrade someone like this just because they don't believe in God. People can have different beliefs, and that's okay. This next one is funny because Garrett actually gets owned. His caption is, "Bro, bruh. I guess that's his response. He's really butthurt, obviously. He's just hiding it behind his masculinity.
How many genders do you think there are?
Who knows?
Do you think there's more than 2?
Could be.
Would you agree that when you're born, you're either born with a dick or a vagina? Mm-hmm. So therefore, there's only 2 genders, correct?
Gender and sex aren't the same thing.
What's the difference?
Gender is a societal norm. Sex is your parts.
I think you identify someone's gender by their parts, correct?
Why does he ask questions like that? That pisses me off. I actually think you identify someone by their parts, correct? He knows he's right, so he's just trying to get you to agree with that. Correct, right? Because I know what I'm talking about. I did research on Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire for 10 hours last night, okay? I know what I'm talking about. Your parts define who you are and who you will be for the rest of your life. If you're born with a dick, you wear pants and jacket for life. Don't paint nails. That's for vagina only.
Why do you say that, though?
Because they're...
Why do you say that? No, you can't. No, that's not okay. You're not allowed to say that. No, I am correct. I've been around people that think what I think for my whole life. There's no way you could think anything different. No way at all.
Because they're, in definition, 2 different things. And I don't want to have this conversation. Thanks.
Okay.
That was actually so sick. They were very patient and just like straightforward, and their jacket is sick. I really fuck with their outfit. I don't know. That was just cool. Because like these people like Garrett are very annoying. And it's hard to like push them off in a way that proves them wrong, but also like makes them look dumb, you know, because it's very easy for people like Garrett to kind of agitate an interviewee and kind of like, you know, just like make them upset and make them look bad in front of the camera. So this was handled very well by them.
If you look at politics, all the conservatives, they're quote unquote racist, sexist, all these things. But like the person that created abortion was literally a white female. And she was liberal, by the way.
I think that...
What? What do either of those things have to do with each other? Okay, politics, they always say that conservatives are racist or sexist, but if you look at it, a white person actually created abortion, which makes them both racist and sexist somehow. And he looks so confident too. Puts his hand in his pocket like, get fucking owned. How are you gonna come back from that? How? There's no way. Let's see what she says.
I think the person who created abortion would be like looking out for women who can't have a kid at the moment, or for people who need an abortion for like health issues, you know?
No, but you could always wear a condom or just go on birth control, right?
It's true, but they don't always work.
Condoms don't always work?
Yes, they don't always work. They're not.
I would say 98% of the time they work. And I could promise you if the majority of people use condoms, there wouldn't be as many abortions.
God. Oh, this dude pisses me off so much. She's being very patient with him, which is impressive, because I would have just started like yelling. This just doesn't make any sense, okay? Because one, they don't always work, which when she said that, he was like, what do you mean they don't always work? What if you just wear them every time? Sometimes you're in a situation where either you can't afford condoms or are just in a situation where you just like don't have access to them. So you can't just be like, oh yeah, if everyone wore a condom all the time, then there would be no problems. We don't live in a perfect society. Okay, if people have access to abortion, then that 1% of times where when the condom doesn't work, they have an option. God, we don't live in a utopian society where everyone's gonna care more all the time. People are going to be selfish and do things for their own reasons. That's just the world we live in, unfortunately. And also, the conservatives that you advocate for that are against abortion are also against other healthcare rights, like free healthcare or access to things that will actually help, like, you know, better foster care or better adoption centers. These things are important, and conservatives don't give a shit about them at all. So if you're going to advocate against abortion, you got to help in some other way.
What rights do black people not have that I have?
Rights, it's about unspoken rights, as in
Explain.
the subjective values that people are taught as children, which then cause them to create actions as adults.
You know what schools actually teach kids at a young age? They teach them critical race theory. There's literally teachers that tell black kids that white people hate them.
Dog. What? Did you go to school? No. No. That's not what's taught at school at all. In fact, a lot of racism is hidden. The average school curriculum doesn't teach students like actual real things, honest things about history that the US has done to its own people and other places. So no, the school curriculum doesn't teach kids that white people are evil. It doesn't. Garrett, you're killing me, dude. Seriously. And it's my birthday? Like, come on, I feel like shit now. Okay, this next TikTok, Garrett interviews someone about socialism, which, you know, regardless of the topic, again, just to mention this, like, going up to random people that are just shopping in Walmart is just, it's so evil because it's so easy. Like, you're just picking and choosing for people that aren't going to be prepared to answer questions like this. You're just trying to make people look bad on purpose to prove a point. It's so despicable. Like, seriously.
All right. Do you believe in socialism?
Yeah,
Really? Why?
because socialism provides the basis, which allows everyone to live fairly before adding on to that.
You do understand, like, the fair thing, like, no one lives fairly. It's just everybody's equally broke.
Well, being broke is relative. So, like, if everyone is living under the same financial standards, not everyone is broke. Everyone's just able to live and like, eat food and drink water and survive. That's what that means.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, like, think about it. The employees here. Imagine if the manager and the employee that just started got paid the same.
That's not socialism.
That is socialism. Everybody's the same. Everybody gets paid equal.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Go to a socialist country.
No, it's not.
What?
Oh!
How is it not true?
Socialism is built on the basis.
Okay, with the basic stuff, how is it not true that in socialism everybody's paid the same?
Because people still get paid differently based on the different roles that they acquire.
I know, but they're
everyone's-
taxed.
He doesn't know what how are you going to interview people and not know what socialism is? That's not socialism. You're kind of like gearing towards communism in a way, but with communism there's no money, so no one's getting paid. A manager at Walmart getting paid the same as an employee that just started is not socialism. That's like a twisted version of capitalism, okay? You can't interview people when you don't understand what socialism or any of these concepts are. It just makes you look dumb. Like, it really does. And I'm not saying you're dumb. It's just how you're being perceived, okay? Leave these poor people alone, Garrett. Damn.
Republican or Democratic?
Neither.
Why is that? You're what?
Progressive,
Why is that?
because both parties are awful.
I would agree with you on that. well, if it came down to it, who would you vote for? Liberal or...
Mostly Democrat, but
Why, though?
because they align with my values more than Republicans mostly do.
What have they done to affect your day-to-day life in a good way?
In a good way?
Yeah.
In my day-to-day life?
Yes.
Democrats and Republicans aren't doing anything for either of us.
Okay, but, I mean, 2 years ago when you went to fill up your gas tank, was it better than it is now?
Yeah, because they had COVID.
Oh my god, dude. Joe Biden wasn't the reason for your gas prices going up. Again, you gotta, like, actually educate yourself and not just watch Ben Shapiro and fucking, like, Steven Crowder videos all day long, okay? God. And I love, like, the caption he put every time. God. Every time. These libs are so predictable. Okay, the caption for the next video is, I have a feeling he's about to get stumped, but we'll see.
Do you know who freed slaves?
White people, but the slaves initiated it.
Wait, yeah, where was he going with that? Was he trying to, like, victimize white people again? Actually, I know white people started slavery in the US, but did you know they also ended it? Did you know that? Which makes them good people, actually, and forgives them for the rest of slavery, for all of it, because they ended it. And you know, they could have not ended it, you know, and it would have been way worse. But the fact that they did really shows some humanity, all right? She had a solid point at the end. Is just code for her owning you.
Initiated it.
What do you mean?
Like, they were the ones that asked for freedom.
Well, obviously. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln...
Well, obviously, you fucking lib. I already know that. God. So stupid.
Well, obviously. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln freed slaves? And the BLM movement called Abraham Lincoln racist?
I mean, you could do both.
Well, if Abraham Lincoln freed slaves, but the Black Lives Matter movement called Abraham Lincoln racist, how does that make any sense?
Well, he's a politician. Politicians don't always have to go for what they personally believe. They're there to, like, support what everybody else in the country wants.
I agree with that to an extent.
I agree with that to an extent. God. Fuck, man. God, you know, I try really hard, but sometimes it's like, they're just bullying me, okay? I just want to own the Libs. Sometimes they just actually have a good point. I don't know what to do in any of those. Oh, you're still rolling? Fuck. Okay, this one, the caption is happens every time. These Libs are so predictable. Let's see.
2 years ago, Trump or Biden? Biden, why?
Biden.
Why?
Because Trump was just messing things up,
See,
man.
no one actually voted for Biden because he was good. They just wanted Trump out. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah.
See, that's a problem. Where's that gotten us? See the prices of these things? $10 for candy canes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! The president doesn't directly control inflation at all. It's ties with Russia, because Russia plays a big part in our oil. And also oil companies taking advantage of the people of America, of the working class. And also COVID, that spikes up inflation. We're in a recession. Like, presidents don't control that. Do your research, Garrett. This is me trying to like put research in you. All right, this is the last interview video that we're gonna watch. After this, he has some like motivational TikToks. We'll watch those, but let's check this one out.
Your whole life, you're just gonna vote Democratic Party no matter who's running?
It's because the two-party system is fucked, bro.
Well, two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, just because they're doing the wrong thing doesn't mean you have to stay with it.
But you do have to, though. Fuck the two-party system, but also, like, there's nothing else you can do. You can't just go against the system. You either vote or you don't vote.
Well, how could you not say they're doing the wrong thing? I mean, it's very obvious that they're not doing the right thing. When was the last time they did anything that affected your day-to-day life in a good way?
Never. But also, Republicans don't either. It takes so long for either of the parties to come to a decision on something important that nothing ever gets done. Okay, so those were Garrett's interviews. Let's look at some of his like sit down motivational TikToks, because they're really inspiring and have kind of helped me in a lot of ways. Like this one, don't be fat.
The problem when you walk into a restaurant, 6 out of the 10 people you see fat. That's a problem. I guarantee you, this world would be a much better place if people started caring about.
He's just like, how do we solve the problem in America of obesity? Just stop being fat. Just like, be healthy. Okay, well, the problem is bigger than that, Garrett. Healthy food is more expensive than non-healthy food, so poor people are going to be more drawn to the non-healthy food because healthy food is so expensive, okay? You can't blame the people. You have to blame the corporations that set the prices so high, all right?
Once you figure out that the world's ran by 200 fucking elites, you'll realize that there's 7 billion other people, okay? It's just like the Bugs Life movie. Ants take over the grasshoppers when they realize that there's...
I've never heard a conservative compare our country or our world to the Bugs Life movie. That is so funny.
When they realize that there's more of them than there are of them, okay? Figure that shit out. Once you figure that shit out, that's when everything comes fucking together, alright?
Yet you still support Trump, who's one of the elites. Then, you know, a pretty bad one at that. You can't like pick and choose which elites to be mad at. They all suck. You can't just be like, oh, but Trump's cool. Because he's like me, blonde and blue eyes. Shit.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains?
This is the same guy that says by 2030 you will own nothing, and he also plans on you eating bugs and insects for the rest of your life. You guys, this should scare the shit out of you.
What is Garrett's deal with bugs? Maybe he just fucking hates bugs. Like shit, I wouldn't mind a nice fire roasted cockroach. That sounds pretty good. They eat that in Asia. I mean shit, as long as it's seasoned well and dead, I don't mind.
The Green New Deal that AOC pushes so hard. Listen, this deal would put us in trillions of dollars of debt. All the other countries like China, Mexico, they're more polluted than America. They're putting in all these coal plants, all these things. So what's the point in us doing it? No, it's all for control, because if they can get you to drive an electric car, they can just turn it off whenever they want.
This is the same argument of being like, oh, I could help, but no one else is helping, so why do I have to? What the fuck? Put us trillions of dollars into debt? We are already in debt because of our military. If we take like fucking a third of our military, we could fund the Green New Deal. Jesus, you want to talk about putting us in debt? Talk about the military funds, Garrett. Garrett is definitely a very interesting dude, to say the least. He likes to interview people, catch them off guard, and just kind of like own them. He also doesn't like bugs for some reason. I don't know how those two connect, but hopefully I'll get down to it. Listen, Garrett, if you're watching this, like, if you really want to debate people, like, debate people that are interested in having a debate and are well knowledged around this stuff, because it looks like to me you're just trying to like be a vulture and pick on people that are just trying to mind their business and shop in Walmart. Okay? Anyways, I think that's gonna end the video. Garrett, maybe you can get over your fear of bugs. Maybe just like go outside for a little bit. That might help. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon. I do a monthly podcast. And I will see you guys next time, where I go up to random people in Walmart and interview them about the movie A Bug's Life to see if they really know about the best movie ever created. Patreon time. Thank you, tier 2 patrons: Sophia Vanilla, Samira Truesdale, Big Guy Mal, Matthew MacLeod, Sav C, Ruth, Jam, and John Grubb. Thank you so much. Thank you, tier 3 patrons: Lysander, Edgar Rangel, Adeline Grubb, and Jack. Thank you guys so much for becoming patrons. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day.